Good morning again, guys, from Porto. It's gonna be a lovely day today. The sun is shining, so join me on my final day in Porto. The Porto Cathedral is a must visit when coming to Porto. Its construction began in the first half of the 12th century, but underwent many changes throughout the centuries. That explains why there's so much architectural styles inside this building and on the outside. So let's see if we can visit it. Is it open to visit?
Not in the morning.
And
okay.
this also not open, or?
No, only in the afternoon.
Okay,
You come
okay.
back 1 p.m.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So you heard it, no visits in the morning. There's some special service here, unfortunately. The construction of the Santa Clara Church began in 1416, but has been modified as well several times since then. And this is the facade of the church. Inside you can find one of the best examples of the art of gilded wood carving, which is really nice. Unfortunately, the church is closed now, temporarily closed, so not much to do about it. But when in Porto, it's also for sure worth checking out. Well, this is not the best way to start our vlog. No visits allowed in the cathedral. This beautiful church here we just wanted to visit was also closed. But yeah, be positive, it will change, it will all change. Let's go. In Porto you can find many beautiful churches, like this one for example from the 18th century, the Church of Saint Ildefonso. Look how beautiful it is decorated with the tiles depicting the life of Saint Ildefonso. I really love those churches with all the tiles on the outside, and look at the stained glass windows there. Very beautiful church. Let's visit it. The Church of Saint Ildefonso has approximately 11,000 tiles that cover the facade of the church. These tiles were created by artist George Colasso, who also designed the tiles of the interior of the São Bento station. Inside the church we can find 8 beautiful stained glass windows and a retablo by the Italian artist Nicolao Nazzoni. Really impressive. Here they have a small museum as well. There was a small admission fee to enter the church, only €1. And inside the museum they have some things like, for example, these statues of the saints. Look, very beautifully made in gilded wood. So it's not like gold or anything, it's just woodwork. Very beautiful. You can also visit the museum of the church. The museum isn't that big, but inside this museum you can find many religious objects. The Church of Saint Ildefonso is really worth a visit in my opinion. I'm here at the Praça da Liberdade, the heart of the city of Porto. And the square was created in the beginning of the 18th century and is surrounded by these beautiful buildings. Just look, beautiful buildings, very nice. Over there we also have the most prettiest McDonald's in the world, so we will check that out a little bit later on. And over here we also have the statue of King Pedro IV. Let's see if we can take a closer look. Here at the square we also have the statue of King Pedro IV, also nicknamed the Liberator and founder and first ruler of the Empire of Brazil. He also reigned briefly over Portugal in 1826. This is the statue over here. So that were some historical facts. Now let's continue our walk in this beautiful city. So this will be actually the first time I will recommend to visit a McDonald's during a trip. But the McDonald's Imperial is considered to be one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful, McDonald's in the world. So let's check it out. So I'm gonna have my breakfast now in this beautiful McDonald's. Beautiful Art Deco style building, and look at those chandeliers in crystal, so nice, and the stained glass windows behind the counter. Amazing architecture. So now let's enjoy breakfast. Let's enjoy my breakfast at the most beautiful McDonald's in the world. So I got some food in my belly, and now let's continue our day in Porto. Let's go. I'm here now at the Miradouro da Vitória, one of the most beautiful viewpoints that the city of Porto has to offer. Look at this view overlooking the river there, the Dom Luís I bridge, very beautiful. And there we have Vila Nova de Gaia, where we will have some port wine later on, so that will be nice as well. Beautiful area. It's a little bit hard to find. You got to climb up some stairs, and it's like in this courtyard. Not the most prettiest place. A lot of garbage here and everything. But once you go to the end, you have this magnificent view, like you can see here. Wow, amazing. This beautiful historical building over here is the Palácio da Bolsa, or the Stock Exchange Palace, a beautiful neoclassical building from the 19th century. Very nice, right? So let's go inside now and visit the Arab room, which took 18 years to complete, and it seems to be very beautiful. So let's take a look. The entry hall or Court of Nations has this impressive dome of iron and glass, and also has 20 coat of arms representing the countries that maintained relations of friendship and trades with Portugal in the 19th century. We also have the courtroom in French Renaissance style, which is beautifully decorated with themed panels, which are related to the former function of the room. Or what do you think of Gustave Eiffel's cabinet? It was in this room that Gustave Eiffel designed his works in Portugal. This room is a tribute to the genius Gustave Eiffel who left his mark in the city of Porto. More rooms in this palace are the Golden Room, where the Director Board of Commercial Association of Porto still meets every first Monday of each month, and the General Assembly Room. This room is known for its enormous chandelier in the center. Take a closer look at the walls. Surprisingly, they are not made in wood but in plaster. A really nice room. The biggest highlight and masterpiece of the palace is of course the Arab Room. It was the last stop of the tour, and you know what they say, saving best for last. The Arab Room is a beautiful example of Moorish style, and it took 18 years to be completed. Wow, that was a great ending to this tour. So I just ended my visit in the Palácio da Bolsa. It was a really nice visit. Unfortunately, it was only possible with a guided tour, and I like to do those things more on my own pace. But besides that, it was a beautiful palace, especially the Arab Room was so beautiful. Yeah, great visit here in Porto. Well, time to rest up a little bit after all that walking, and I have to say I'm so happy that I came here, and the weather has been great the past few days. I remember when I came here and I landed in Porto, I checked the weather and it said all week terrible weather, rain, and now look at this, sitting here 33 degrees I saw on the screen there, so it's amazing. I even got sunburn. Yeah, which I did not expect at all. Yeah, it's beautiful, a beautiful city. So it's my final day today, and I'm happy, and I cannot even open my bottle with one hand. I'm not anymore what I used to be. I should go to gym again. Okay, never mind. See you guys again soon. The Church of St. Francis is probably the most beautiful church here in Porto, with an outstanding Baroque interior. It actually looks like the church is made from pure gold inside, which is an amazing sight. But unfortunately no photos or video are allowed here in this church, so if you want to see the beauty of it, you have to check it out for yourself, unfortunately. After speaking to some people of the church, I was really surprised that I was granted permission to record some footage from the inside of this church. Just look at this stunning interior with those magnificent wood carvings covered in gold leaf. It is considered to be one of the best examples of gilded wood carving in all of Portugal. Wow, what an amazing sight. After visiting the church, I made my way to the crypt of the church. The crypt holds tombs of members of the Franciscan order and some noble personalities of the city. Let's explore this crypt. I'm here all alone in this crypt, and it's quite big, to be honest. I'm here now in the crypt, and look at the floor here. A lot of people are buried here under these wooden panels. You can see here number 78. Now I actually know what the numbers are for. I think you need to look here at the number of the person that is buried, and then you can search them over here. Maybe it's something like that. I'm not sure. So Ribeira Square is a very nice and cozy area. Look at these colorful houses, very beautiful, surrounded with bars, restaurants. So it's actually one of the best places to have a drink and do some people's watching. So that's what we're gonna do now. Also at the Ribeira Square we have like two beautiful fountains. The first one is this cube-shaped sculpture. Look at this. And on the other side we have this fountain from 1740 with all the way at the top you can see the coat of arms of Portugal and a sculpture of Saint John the Baptist. Really beautiful area with some live music, some bars. I enjoy it. Let's have a drink now. So I'm gonna have some chorizo here with some codfish cakes, the ones you for sure need to try when in Porto, and I guess they will be lovely, so let's try it. This is delicious. I love it so much. Amazing. Now let's try a piece of this chorizo as well. Absolutely delicious. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy my late lunch now. See you guys in a second. Well, that was a nice late lunch. Very nice chorizo, and the codfish cakes were delicious as well. Now let's go towards the bridge. So finally, for the first time at this channel, I'm gonna take a boat tour. So I promised you guys it for a long time. It's finally here. Taking a boat tour is one of the things that is always nice to do when discovering a new city, as it gives you a quite unique view on the city. At this boat tour you will learn more about the history of the various bridges and buildings along the river. The boat takes you underneath 6 magnificent bridges that connect the 2 banks of the Douro River. You will love the journey from the oldest bridge to the most modern one. For example, the iconic Dom Luís I bridge the star of almost every gorgeous picture taken of Porto. Also, taking in the stunning views of both Porto and Vila Nova de Gaia will make this boat trip worth your while. Well, I just did this boat tour. It was pretty nice. I paid 15 euros and the boat tour takes around 50 minutes. During the journey you can see all 6 bridges of Porto and have a lovely view on parts of Porto as well as parts of Vila Nova de Gaia over there. So yeah, it's quite nice to do it, especially when it's great weather. On my way to the Dom Luís I bridge, I came across this little temporary market full of touristic items where you can buy a memory of your trip to Porto. A great way to go from the lower bridge to the upper one is to take the funicular. The original funicular is from 1891 but was closed down 2 years later after a serious incident. And the one you see right now is actually from 2004 and it's a modern funicular. So yeah, if you don't want to walk up all those stairs, then the funicular is an easy option for you. So let's have a walk over the bridge here. I'm now on my way to Vila Nova de Gaia, where most of the port wine houses are located. For example, Kopke, the world's oldest port wine house founded in 1638, or another popular brand with great port wine called Sandeman. I'm getting quite hungry now and also a little bit thirsty, so let's enjoy a Francesinha and a port wine. Is there a better way to end my trip to Porto than having a port wine? And I'm waiting for my Francesinha as well. So this is the way how to end the trip to Porto. Take care guys and see you soon in another adventure in Bulgaria. Take care guys. Cheers.